You how to create RSVP forms in Canva. Let's say you have a training and you want to collect information from those who are interested in attending the event. You can do that in Canva. So I'll be using a presentation to demonstrate this. So I'll click on presentation blank page. The next thing I'm going to do is to get in my content. I already asked Canva AI to get me content for my RSVP form. So it's a Canva workshop for business owners. So I'm going to get this event overview because I want to use it for my forms. I'll copy it, get my text to add my title, Canva workshop for business owners. I'll adjust this, change the alignment to left alignment. I also decrease the line spacing. Get my text again so I can enter, paste. So now I can adjust it. I also need to increase the font size to 16 and change the alignment to left. And then position it. All right, I also need the event details. So I'm going to go to my document. So the event is going to happen in Abuja and the date is January 11. So I'm going to pick this event details. Then paste the detail here. Also increase this to 16. Left align as well. Let me zoom in a little. So I need to bold this location, make it bold. All right, now we can get in our form. So go to elements, scroll down to find forms. So this is a form. In forms, we have different categories. We have for business. So if you have a website, you can use this one to collect information for emails for newsletter, and also create your contact form on your website or wherever you want to add a contact form. So here is for events. We have different forms for events, but I'm going to go with this first one, which is the RSVP form. I just click on it and get it in here. So I clicked twice, so let me delete one. I'm going to adjust this. Go to edit so we can edit this form. First thing I want to do is to uncheck this one because I don't want the heading to appear. But if you want to have the heading appear, you just toggle this so that the heading will show. Let's go back to questions. I'll change this one to full name. I'll delete these questions. These are the default questions that came with the form because I want to add my own questions. So I'm going to delete these ones. Let me show you how to add questions. So if you want to add questions, you can click on any of these to add questions. So the next question I want to add is email. So I'm going to click on this one so that they can enter their email. I can change this to enter email or just leave it at enter your email. I'm also going to ask another question, which is, let's get to my document and get the question. Okay, I need a phone number. So I'm going to include phone number. So for me to include phone number, I need to choose the number question. So I'll click on number and then enter the question phone number so that anyone who is filling the form will give us his or her phone number. Then the next question will be, what is your primary goals for using Canva in your business? I'm going to copy this, go back, and then choose short answer. I either use short answer or long answer, depending, but let's go with long answer. No, that would take so much space because I have other questions I want to. Let's delete this. Let's go with short answer and then enter a question. So what are your primary goals for using Canva in your business? So the person will give us their answer here. One last question I want to take from here is what is your current level of experience with Canva? So ensure you have your questions ready before creating a form so that you can always copy and paste like I'm doing. So for this question, for the next question, I'm going to be using the pool. So I'm going to click on pool so that I can enter the different options. The first option is beginner. So the person will select beginner if the person is a beginner. The next one is intermediate. Intermediate. We'll add another option for the last one, which is advanced. So this will help us know the level of those who have indicated interest to attend the event. All right, so I'm going to also expand this. Let's drag it. So this is, you can expand as you want. Let me close this so we can have enough working space. Need to zoom out. All right. Reduce this from this end and then expand to the right. So this is our form. I think I have all the questions ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change the color so that it can blend with our brand color. But first I need to get in my logo. I'll be using this logo I took from Elements, so not a real logo. Is an image, a graphic image I took from the Elements. So adjust it the way I want. So you can add your own logo, your brand logo here. You can also leave it out if you don't want. So my logo. Now I'm going to pick the colors of this logo to match the color of my form so that everything will be consistent. So to do this, I'm going to use this color picker to pick the color of my logo. I'm also going to change the color of the border, the form border to match the color here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change the background. I want to include a white background. I'm using this one. So just search for a white background and choose the one that you want. There are different backgrounds. Let me set this as a background image. So I'll just scroll down, set as background image. One last thing I want to do to this form is to add a line. I can leave it, but just for aesthetics. So I'm just going to add a line. Place it somewhere here. And then drag it to the edge of the form. Send this to the back. Increase the line so that it will be consistent with the size of our form border. I'll also change this color to this. Our form is looking good. This is what our form looks like. So I think I'm okay with this form. So the next thing I'm going to do is to create, let me reduce this. Push it down a little so we can have a little space there. Let me change this color and see what it looks like. Let me change to our brand color. No, I don't like it. So we're going to maintain the black. So just play around with your design to make sure you're satisfied with whatever you create. So the next thing I'm going to do is to create a public link so that people can access this form, register, and then I'll get the response on my own end. So let me show you one thing you need to know. Once somebody fills this form, you'll get responses here. This is where you get responses. Because I've not shared this and no one has filled the form, there's no response. But once I share this and people register for this event, I would see the responses here. And the responses I can always export to Canva sheets so that I can analyze. If I want to send email to all the people who register, I can do that from the Canva sheet. But that's a tutorial for another day. So I'm just telling you, I just want you to know that once somebody registers on this form, once somebody fills this form, you'll get the response here. And also when you want to share let's share the public, let me create a public link. So I'll show you how to also get notification once somebody accesses the form. So once you click on public view link, Canva will create a link for you. So I'll click on create public link, public view link, so that Canva will create the link. So here is the public view link I have created. So I'll just copy this. But before I copy that, I can always toggle this so that if somebody accesses the form, I'll be able to get notification on my email. So I'll toggle this because I want to track the engagement, and then copy and post. So this is how to create and share and create your own form, and then also create a public view link that you can share publicly, whether on your social media or your close WhatsApp group, so that people can sign up